Revolut Ultra is one of the boldest products we've ever seen in banking, and at £45 or €50 a month, it comes fully loaded. You've got airport lounge access, travel insurance, unlimited FX, and over £4,000 worth of subscriptions. But here's the question, is Revolut Ultra really worth the price, or is it just clever bundling designed to lure you in? Well, in this episode of Banking Without Borders, Jan and I are going to break it all down for you. We'll look at all the benefits you get, and also how Ultra compares to the likes of AMEX Platinum. We'll also look at the Rev Points earn rate, the cancellation policies which you need to know about, and we'll end on who Ultra really makes sense for and who should steer clear. But first, Jan, shall we just begin with the core banking benefits of Ultra?
Yeah, let's look at the core financial benefits first. And those are, in my opinion, a little underwhelming. We got £2,000 of monthly fee-free ATM withdrawals. After that, fees apply. We have unlimited currency exchange without any weekend surcharge. But you do have the Revolut rate that's applied. So that's slightly worse than the mid-market rate. We got some indirect fees involved here. And then you can collect Rev points with your Revolut Ultra card. You can collect a point per every pound spent. And if you're living in the European Union, it's a point for every euro that you spend. Can be quite attractive, but definitely nothing that would just justify getting the card alone, in my opinion. And then you get some favorable interest rates if you're interested in saving some cash on your Revolut account. Within the UK, I believe it's 4.5% interest rate. And as a comparison, standard subscribers, they only get 3.5%.
Yeah, you're right. The core banking features are a little bit underwhelming for an account that costs £45 or €50 a month. Let's just break it down then. Let's go through this. So you get £2,000 of fee-free ATM withdrawals. You know, that's really difficult to justify. I think most people aren't going to go for Ultra just purely for ATM withdrawal fees. The Rev Points earn rate is certainly something that's quite interesting. And then finally, those savings rates, Jan, they are quite compelling. 4.5%. I mean, that's one of the better easy access savings accounts you can get here in the UK. 4.75% is currently the best with Chase UK, but you do have to be a new customer. That's certainly an opportunity to supplement the fees. If you can put, say, £50,000 into an easy access account with Revolut earning 4.5%, you're going to be paying for the account in interest. Do I think that any of these banking features are enough to really drive someone to Ultra? Jan, I don't think so, buddy. I think maybe we need to get straight into the perks that truly matter, and those are these subscription benefits.
Yeah, subscription benefits, probably one of the main reasons why someone would choose Revolut Ultra anyways. So we got 16 subscriptions that are included, and Revolut estimates the value of them, if you would go ahead and buy them individually, at £4,200 per year. Yeah, that's quite a lot more than the £540 per year that the Revolut Ultra plan costs.
I went through each one individually. Although some of these companies aren't that transparent about pricing, it's actually quite difficult. For example, Tinder Gold is actually quite hard, Jan, to identify a price. And as a married man, I actually found myself signing up for Tinder, which which I notified my wife about, of course, so she doesn't just stumble across an email from Tinder saying, you have been signed up. I did go through each one to check the prices, and that £4,200 figure from Revolut is pretty accurate. I think I calculated that it was roughly £4,050.
So few highlights in my opinion. You get 3 WeWork passes per month. That's quite good, especially if you're living in a major city and if you like to co-work once in a while. You get Financial Times Premium Digital, which also costs, I believe it's £60 per month. You get £50 in Turo credit. So Turo, that's this car hiring company that lets you hire cars from private people. Quite interesting. Not available everywhere. And Tinder Gold could be also quite interesting for some people. However, is that something you would really need a yearly subscription for? Isn't Tinder something you go ahead and use in order to find a partner, Johnny?
I think so. I believe that's the point. Although in defense of Tinder, through research, I discovered that I think Tinder Gold allows you to match with people that aren't within kind of your location. So if you're, say, traveling from the UK to Spain, you can look ahead and try and find potential dates in Spain, which I figured could probably be a really good way to score yourself some free accommodation as well, if you get lucky. So you might be able to save on hotel fees, but just have to pay for Ultra and get Tinder Gold. So yeah, there is something there with Tinder Gold, but I don't understand the idea of having like an annual subscription to Tinder when the goal should be to try and get off it as quickly as possible. But Tinder Gold doesn't actually hold the majority of the value. I mean, I know £26.48 is what we calculated at a monthly rate, but like Jan said, those three at the top, WeWork, FT Digital, and Turo, have significant value. I think it's around 67% of the total value of those subscriptions lies with those three. Look, people out there, you're not going to be able to tick off every single subscription, but you need to look at these one by one and ask yourself, can I utilize these subscriptions? Because this is where the value lies. And, you know, if you don't live somewhere close to a WeWork office, like I live in like the East Anglia of the UK and the nearest one is about 45 minutes away, that's definitely not feasible. But I can make use of FT Digital. I can certainly make use of things like ClassPass. I don't know if you have heard of ClassPass, Jan, if that's available in Panama.
Johnny, I haven't, and to be honest, if I look at these subscriptions, those wouldn't be subscriptions I would personally sign up for, but that's just me. And if someone's interested in Revolut Ultra, I really recommend them to look at these subscriptions and rationally ask themselves whether that's something they truly need, right? If that's something they would get their credit card for and sign up individually. And if that's not the case, just don't use these subscriptions to justify the value of Revolut Ultra, because then it's not worth it for you, at least from a subscription perspective, if that makes sense.
Do you find it interesting that Turo car hire credit is available when it's a debit card, which you typically wouldn't use to hire a car with?
Yeah, absolutely. I believe Turo doesn't require credit cards to hire cars, so they accept debit cards as well. That's probably why it's included here. But yeah, as you said, Revolut Ultra is truly unique in the sense that it's a debit-based plan, right? Not a credit-based plan. And to be honest, I don't know of any other similar product in that price range, at least.
These subscriptions do hold the majority of the value. They are one of the main lifestyle perks, so to speak, but there are others. You get unlimited airport lounge access through Lounge Key, which, according to Trustpilot, at least isn't the most highly rated. I've had some experience with it, like Dragon Pass. You know, sometimes you book lounges ahead of time and you arrive and you're told that it's full and you have to wait, and in some cases you don't get any access at all. So it's a bit hit and miss at times, but you do get unlimited Lounge Pass access. One downside is that if you have a guest, and this is probably when we begin to find cracks if we compare Revolut Ultra to AMEX Platinum, which also has unlimited lounge access. If you have a guest with Revolut Ultra, you have to pay for it. You are already somewhat constrained by that. And I think that is definitely a drawback. I think guests, you should be able to have a guest come with you. And with AMEX Platinum, you can bring a guest for free with their unlimited lounge access, which is, I think, is really nice. I mean, you can add a supplementary card, Jan, to AMEX Platinum, and they get lounge access and a guest as well. So ultimately,
wow, it's
you
quite
can
incredible.
Get 4 guests. Yeah, that's where the cracks begin to show here already. Revolut Ultra also has travel insurance.
Yeah, travel insurance. The travel insurance that's included is quite compelling, if you ask me, at least if you compare it to other insurance options that you can buy individually in the market. So it only is valid for trips of up to 90 days, and you have to pay the trip using your Revolut Ultra card. Otherwise, it's not covered, and includes things like medical emergency, but also flight delay, I believe lost baggage as well. Then also refund on trip cancellation. So there are some insured reasons. For example, death, if you or a family member or your trip companion dies. That's a reason you can definitely cancel the trip for and get 100% of the money that you spend on it refunded. Yeah, it's a good travel insurance. Not a reason on its own, not a standalone reason to purchase Revolut Ultra, but it's a nice to have. And if you're looking for a new travel insurance, and you like these other benefits that Revolut Ultra provides, might as well be worth it for you.
When we compare the two as well, Ultra and AMEX Platinum, I should probably say that yes, Platinum comes with a pretty comprehensive travel insurance as well, which must be booked using the Platinum card. But something to note here is that if you're booking with your AMEX Platinum card and you're booking an international hotel that's in a foreign currency, you'll pay 3% on that. There is a couple of other small benefits with Revolut Ultra. eSIM data, right, Jan? 3 gigabytes of worldwide data per month for over 100 countries. It's okay. It's not a good enough reason solely to get Ultra, obviously. But again, it's just layering in a little extra value, and if you're someone that can make use of that, then that could be beneficial. Personal experiences with Revolut and their eSIMs haven't been that good, if I'm being honest.
I've tried them as well. Yeah, me too, to be honest. Not sure that's like fully due to Revolut not having a good service here. Could have been also quite random, right? We're two people living in different countries. It's not like we've done a comprehensive study, but the first impressions weren't good when I tested it.
We got some investment benefits to discuss, like commodity trading, crypto trading, stocks and shares. Do you want to talk about that a little bit? Because we have talked about stock trading with Revolut, and it's questionable.
We have. So Revolut Ultra includes 10 commission-free trades every month. After that, it's 0.1% per trade in fees. It's quite attractive, but if you're planning to invest a lot of money using Revolut Ultra, I would advise against it, just because their fee after these 10 free trades per month is not fixed. It's not a fixed fee, but it's a commission, a percentage that's deducted from the amount you invest. So it's not interesting for more professional investors, if you ask me. You have a favorable commodities trading fee of 0.49%. Not sure if that's very compelling, if you ask me. And I believe also the crypto exchange fees, they're also a little more attractive. I believe they say it's free for investments that are up to £250,000.
I mean, if you're trading that much money, over £250,000, I don't think you're doing it on Revolut.
So, Johnny, who do you think this is really for? If you look at all these benefits that we just summed up, who do you think Ultra is good for?
I think there's like a large proportion of people that could look at the subscriptions and go at least 3 to 4 of them will be useful. But if you're looking at the lower value subscriptions, I don't think that's a reason to go for Ultra. Like if you're looking at the athletic subscription, which we calculated has the lowest value, £2 per month. If you're looking at chess.com, if you're looking at Freeletics, even then. But if you're someone that can possibly take the WeWork passes or the FT subscription, or, maybe the ClassPass credits, and then couple it with NordVPN, possibly with PixArt, possibly with Sleep Cycle Premium, then okay, brilliant. That's definitely someone that could start to consider this. Now, are you someone as well that has a need to send money internationally? Possibly you're a sole trader who sends money, or a freelancer who sends money to people that work for you, or possibly someone, as a result of traveling so much, you can see yourself utilizing the ATM withdrawals as part of this.
Yeah, definitely has to be someone who uses all these benefits combined, right? There's no standalone benefit that would justify getting Revolut Ultra for.
There are some things to look out for, Jan, and one of those is the cancellation policy. It's a little bit convoluted, but I'll try and lay it out as simply as possible, and it is important that you know about this, because otherwise you could get stung. So if you sign up for Revolut Ultra, whether it's monthly or annually, you get a 14-day cooling off period. So you got 14 days to make your choice and you can get a full refund. However, if you do decide to get the Ultra Platinum Sophisticated Fancy card, which is this one, regardless of the cooling off period, you'll still pay £50 if you cancel, plus delivery. So the card will never be free and you can't return it. I did ask. Now, after the 14-day period, if you sign up for the annual plan, I'm afraid to tell you, you will not get a refund. So be very careful about that. There's no pro rata refunds. So the sensible option, if you're undecided about this, is to go monthly. But things do get a bit tricky with monthly. If you cancel between months 1 to 6, you'll lose the current month and be cut off entirely as well. So you'll have to pay for that current month and they'll cut you off. So if you're going to cancel, you're best to cancel right at the end of the month. But you'll also be charged a fee for canceling of a month, and you get nothing for that. So if you cancel after month 6, you can just finish out the month that you've already paid for, which is good, and then you get dropped. Then you can just drop to like standard, and there's no exit fee. So the sort of prime time to cancel if you're paying per month is between month 7 and 12. So just be very, very mindful of that. Particularly that annual plan, Jan, no refunds at all. And it auto renews, buddy. So if you pay for annual and you're not sure about it, well, make sure you're ready to cancel it just before, or turn off the auto renew, because otherwise you'll get rolled over again. Of course, you have your 14-day cooling off period.
Yeah, Johnny, being mindful about it is a good advice, if you ask me. To me, seems like a very niche product, which is only interesting from a financial perspective for a minority of people. Most people are probably better off with one of the other Revolut plans, or just choosing totally free debit card, right? If they're not heavy spenders, that's probably the best choice. So look at the benefits, ask yourself if that's something you really need, especially subscriptions, and then make a wise decision. That's what I would recommend.
Can we pinpoint, who this is exactly for? And
I think we've already done it, Johnny. Heavy spenders, solo travelers, and people that are really interested in these subscriptions. And probably the best match for Revolut Ultra would be a a person that's like these three characters combined, right? So just look at this from a neutral perspective and make an informed decision. That's all I ask.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. Factor in that cancellation policy. If you go for the annual plan, make sure you are committed, because otherwise it will cost you £540 or the euro equivalent. If you do want to learn more about this account, I do have a full review on the channel as well, although it's a bit dated. And I also have a full unboxing experience for the card as well that you're welcome to check out. We'll link that in the description box on YouTube. Let us know in the comment section if you currently use Ultra. I would love to hear your reasoning for it. Like, what subscription benefits are you making use of? Like, what other perks are you making use of? Let us know. And if you're considering going with Ultra and you have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section. As always, if you want to support the channel, if you enjoyed the video, please do like the video and subscribe. And if you're listening to us, please rate the podcast, whether it's on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. That's the best way you can support myself and Jan.
Thanks everyone for listening. It's been a pleasure as always.